Morning, guys. Well, actually, is it morning? It's afternoon. Sorry, it's afternoon. Afternoon, guys. Afternoon. This week is an extension of last week in that I've added to the inspo wall. What I've decided to do is raid my, that file, that collage file that I did. I've raided that and I've taken a few different papers out of it with the intention of creating smaller works that could either be made into sort of like postcards, small original pieces to make them more accessible, as well as just making cards out of them potentially. So for example, look at that. So I'm going to send off that to make this year's Christmas cards, just to see what they're like. I'm excited about that actually. That's a recreation of, I'll put you over here. Right, so for example, this one here is a recreation of the card you've just seen. And then I decided to sort of look at that and create different ones from that. So this one is out of ink, which I love because it's got like this weird iridescent film on it. I don't know whether you could potentially see that. I'll probably make a bigger one of that actually. And I also did this one, which I'm still yet to work on top of. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. Again, that one is ink. And then I grabbed, I tabbed some of the work like from last week. So Dig Out Blind, which was that charcoal mix that I did. I think it was charcoal and PVA. Is it? Oh, here it is. Heavy structure gel and charcoal. So that was the mix that you saw me do a few weeks ago. And I decided to do a smaller version of that, which I'm in love with. Really beautiful. See the texture on that. So again, that could potentially be a card. I know that it is raised, like it's textured, and I've dug it out. See there? I've dug it all out. It's beautiful. I love it. And I did some small ones, small testers. So again, glitter and chrome pen, which I love. And then this one, which is not yet finished. I've done a couple of others with that was based on that one. That's got the sand paste on. Where are they? So I'm just in the middle of actually doing that. So you can see, I don't know if you can see properly actually. At the top it's blue, it's not, it's that Mod Podge glitter. I did end up adding a ton more glitter to it. I'm actually going to get some more on order because I just feel that it's not thick enough, is it really? So I'm just kind of like accumulating different works, different textures on a smaller format because I think that that's going to make it more accessible and more feasible to potentially turn into postcards, small prints. I might size up the prints from a small format to a bit of a bigger one. Yeah, it's all go today. So today we're going to be going through some more sketchbook stuff, but as opposed to going through it, we're going to recreate a lot of that work and build upon some of the grounds that I just showed you. What I would like to see is bodies of work. So one body of work is going to be focused on sort of woodlands, my surrounding woodlands, because I've got some beautiful, it's just started to, sun's come out a little bit, it's nice. Wood blocks, and I want to go on some of those walks and get some material. So we're going to be kind of setting some dates and things to potentially do that. I want to do it this week, but the weather is so bad. I'm not just talking like a little spit, I'm talking full-on torrential rain intermittently through the whole week. So I doubt I'm going to get out this week. And then the other is going to be more rain orientated. So at the moment it's perfect weather for that because some of the works that I've done. So for example, I'll get one down for you. So this one here was a recreation. Don't know whether you can see it, the light is so bad. Was a recreation of the other one from the other week. I love this so much. And I also did one after it rained, and I really like this one. And you've still got like the pooling there. Absolutely lovely. I probably will leave that one there, I'll be honest. I won't add to this one. I'm going to keep them down because I tell you what's happening is they're just falling off the wall every 5 minutes. Ugh. I've got to get a better system in place. I will, but when space is tight and you move the studio around as much as I do, it's It's quite difficult. Those two are complete. I like this one. You can see there, like, I've added my own thing on. I think this one needs a lot more actually. So I'm probably going to work on that a bit more, potentially with the polychrome pencils. Get some texture in there, get some, it needs more, this one. That one I feel I'm really happy with. What's the inspiration for these actually? It's, you know, those times where it's late at night or it's in the evening and the sun goes down, it creates this kind of like peach hue, especially when it's been raining or it is raining, and you get that like dark grey with the contrast of that kind of weird, is it a sunset, is it not a sunset? Love that. Very specific time of day, specific moment, and more often than not it happens in the evening. I'm just in love with that. It just feels so happy. Does that make sense? You just feel great about everything. And I really want to embody that in my work with a touch of glitter, obviously. I did this one as well, it's still wet. But again, that's with the sand paste, bit of glitter at the bottom, oh, still drying, and like ink and charcoal, just experimenting really. See, I find it better when you're doing stuff like that to experiment on a smaller format. It doesn't always translate the way you want when you make it bigger, or in fact make a bigger piece smaller, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't matter. So we got a new piece to start, which I'm probably going to do the woodland again. I did do it in chrome, but I think I'll leave out the chrome actually, keep it a bit more minimal with the, it's in ink and it's the Prussian blue ink in Liquitex. Well, why have you gone like that for? Well, there you are, sorry. Going on, it's all over the place, which is kind of my flavour anyway. When I'm in the studio, I've got an intention, i.e. create works for the purposes of the website. There is an objective there, and when I get like that and then I'm kind of recreating works that I'm inspired by on a smaller scale, that's also something, actually that's a good idea. Remember that piece? Probably going to use that to inspire this piece instead. Sugar lumps. In fact, I'm probably going to say that's my ponder wall, my pondering wall, and I'm actually going to put this wall as my to-do wall. So that's works I've got to do. This is my ponder wall. Quite happy with my ponder wall. Falling out of love with that chrome thing now, actually. Do you know what I might do? I might get rid of the texture of the chrome, see? And actually make it flat, make it more kind of intentional. What do you think of that? That's better, isn't it? It's a bit more intentional, a bit more thoughtful than just like scrubbing everything. So as you can imagine, it's kind of like that all the time, where I'm kind of and ahhing, and then I'm kind of taking bits in, putting bit, it's just a continuous process. I'm not saying everything is going to be completely perfect, on the contrary, but equally it's nice to have options and to play. So that's pondering wall, to-do wall. When you've got so many ideas that it almost feels overwhelming because you need to get it out. Does anyone else have that? So I've also got this one that I've been working on whilst I was waiting for the other to dry, which subsequently is inspired by another one from last week that I chose to be inspired by, which is the church near my house. I'm gonna do the church. So again, I'll spray that and that'll be good. So this one is ready to be untaped. This is, I think I've mentioned it before on this channel, this is my favourite bit. I'm not really bothered that the edges aren't absolutely perfect. Oh, didn't do Lauren's little hair drying trick. Oops, she's gonna kill me. And there we have it. There we go. Really like that piece actually. Really nice. Very happy with that. This one has now dried. Again, taking off the tape. This one's slightly different. I have to use the hairdryer for this one because this paper, as I said, is very absorbent. See what I mean? Ooh, cool. And again, I quite like that one as well. Maybe it's not as much as the other one, but I do like that. The thing is, this needs to be lighter, I think. I think the background needs to be just a tad lighter. I'm just gonna take some of the stick out of that, just because I only want to stick it on. Yeah, inspo wall. And also we've got other experiments that haven't been so great, so this was the sand, and I scraped it out to put these trees in, and I really liked it, so I thought, well, this is like charcoal and ink mix, and then I did the glitter, and then I did a bit of speckling on top of the branches to kind of read kind of trees, and I'm not really a fan of that one, so not all of them turn out like amazing. It's just, what you get at the end of the day. I mean, I don't mind that, but again, not successful. Do you know, that pink hue is out there. It's just touching on. It's not fully, sunset, but it's so close. I just wanted to sort of end the video. You'll get some pictures illustrating the finished work. Some of the works you hadn't seen finished, you can now see finished up close and personal. The progress is great. I'm really, really happy with the kind of small format. It's funny because I was going over some of my earlier videos just to try and get some inspiration, specifically with like the still life and things like that. And I had said that I hated working anything smaller than A3, and that was that then, and now all of a sudden I've got an A5 journal, one to still be started. I'm doing these postcard formats. It's just quite funny how you can make such a definitive decision and then completely go back on yourself only a few weeks thereafter. I think I've got a really good idea of bodies of work that I will be concentrating on between now and July. Inspo wall is slowly growing. Slowly. Well, actually, it's not been that slow. It's been a week. So, no, I'm really happy. Happy with my progress. It's all coming together. Next week, we'll feature some new materials. We'll be going out and about. We are going to get some primary references for woodlands and things. So you will probably want to come along with that because that'll be quite a good laugh. The 3 bodies of work is the woodland series. The other body work will be more kind of landscape with water, changing seasons, all that good stuff. And the third will predominantly be these kind of lone buildings. So I'll be picking out landmarks. The landmarks in terms of buildings will also include these stickeroonies. So, you know, like the cone, burst pipe, those kind of things. So it will include all of those types of things. It does require me to kind of get out more, go out there, go and find some new stuff, come back to the studio and get it created. So that's what I'm projecting over the next few weeks. So next week, woodland. Hopefully I won't get lost. I cannot use compass or a map, but we will see. It might be just a remake of, what's that? What is it? Witchcraft? No. What's that movie? If I remember it, will be somewhere here. Hopefully it won't be like a sequel to that, but you just never know with me. Thank you so much for watching. To my new subscribers, I'm saying this every week and I really do mean it. To my new subscribers and my diehard fans, thank you so much for watching. Like and get other people to subscribe, spread the word if you feel that that individual could benefit from my kind of crazy. All right, thanks guys. You are the best.